Okay, so yeah, I may have been a little off on the Kentucky-Tennessee game, but yeah, to be fair, I said everything had to go perfectly, and nothing did. So, anyways, on to Week 10, along with NFL Week 9 at the same time, because I forgot until today about college predictions. So, just going to make it one video. Baylor, Oklahoma. Boomer, Sooner. This game is entirely dependent, I think, on more Baylor than Oklahoma, because Oklahoma, Texas killed them. But Baylor has been kind of a weird team. I think they beat Kansas last week, almost blew a 28-3 lead. They didn't. But I think Oklahoma is the better team. They should win. Because, yes, they are 5-3, but they have won 2 in a row. And just, I don't know. I was never really high on Baylor, so Oklahoma. And yeah. Number 1, Tennessee. Number 3, Georgia. I am shocked Tennessee's number 1. They would 100% be number 1 if they win. No matter how much they beat us by, it does not change my prediction here. Tennessee has not faced a defense quite like that Georgia defense, and I think that will surprise them. This could be a close game, but if Georgia wins by like 50, if they blow Tennessee out, they're like out of the playoffs. But if this game is close, they'll still make it. Honestly, that may be for the best. They avoid Bama again. If they win this, they'll probably have to play Alabama again. They'll still make it. But your main worst case scenario for Tennessee is they get blown out of the water, because the committee hates that, I'd assume. And UAB and UTSA, it's weird. It's kind of weird with their games. I guess there's probably not many big games this week other than, the 2 best teams going head-to-head. I'm going to go with the Roadrunners, last year's Cinderella team that was one of the last undefeated teams. I mean, UAB, they're not horrible, but I'm going to go with a better record team here. Now, South Alabama, here's the thing with them. They could be 7-1 right now. They had that stinker against Troy, where obviously they didn't deserve to win that one. But they should have beat UCLA. They were so close to doing it. And UCLA escaped. That's back when everyone thought UCLA was overrated. Easy 4-0 start. Now it's just kind of like 50-50. Are they good? Are they bad? Whatever. Liberty and Arkansas. Now, I know I picked them to beat BYU either last week or the week before, and they did. Do not see them beating Arkansas on the road. Arkansas very easily could win out. They're a lot better than the record shows. Their only bad loss is that loss to A&M. And Troy in Louisiana. I don't know anything about them. I know Troy, one of their losses was that Hail Mary to App State. Other than that, Troy's probably pretty good. But Louisiana, I know they're on a first-year head coach. Don't know who it is because Billy Napier, their old coach, is coach at Florida now. I guess, yeah, they're probably in for a down year. Alabama, LSU, a top 10 matchup. LSU is overranked just probably to get a top 10 matchup. And if I've ever been one for a bold prediction, here we are again, LSU. Reasoning, Alabama has been pretty bad on true road games this year. They almost lost to Texas, lost to Tennessee. Last year they lost to A&M. At home they struggled to beat LSU last year. This isn't too confident of a pick, but it's kind of like the Kentucky-Tennessee game. I see a window where LSU wins this, and it's not a shootout, I don't think. I think if they get Alabama like they did last year at a sloppy game and play just enough, they could win. I don't know if their quarterback's Jaden Daniels or Jalen Daniels. I'm pretty sure there's Jalen Daniels as Kansas, and they have Jaden Daniels. Well, he's gotten much better since early in the season. It's tough to bet against Bama, but I'm doing it here. They'll probably win by 50 now. Said this, the winner of this game probably win the SEC West. So, yeah, both the big SEC games this week are, probably will be the winner of their division. K-State and Texas. Now, last week I picked Oklahoma State to beat Kansas State. They got killed. It was 48-0 K-State, so I was completely wrong. And going with the Wildcats. Looks like the Big 12 championship game will probably be purple on purple, TCU and Kansas State now. And Texas, they shouldn't be ranked. I mean, they have the same record we do. And they're ranked. I'm not saying we deserve to be ranked. Tennessee killed us, but dang, just 5-3 and being ranked, especially with Texas has not played like a ranked team. If they lose this one, just Sarkisian, or however his name is pronounced, he's on the hot seat. Clemson and Notre Dame. Notre Dame last week proved me wrong, beat Syracuse. It will most likely not happen again. They beat Clemson one time at home in the COVID year when Trevor was out, and it was DJ Uyangale. I'm not going to try to pronounce that again. Starting in that game, and they won. However, Clemson, they have escaped a few games. I think they beat Notre Dame here. I just don't see Notre Dame racking in too much momentum. They'll make a bowl, but yeah. And finally, it's a ranked matchup. I don't know. I know Wake Forest, they had the worst game they could have imagined against Louisville with 8 turnovers or something like that. But NC State, pick them. Usually I would, but Devin Leary's out for the year. They did beat Virginia Tech, I think, on Thursday. They barely won that game, but a win is a win. I still think Wake Forest wins this. Sam Hartman's pretty good. He'll be good enough to win this game. Tennessee and Georgia points, 73. And on to the NFL, which I am considerably better. My percentages here on the picks. It was a flip-flop of that a few weeks ago, but NFL's gotten easier to predict. College has gotten harder, I guess. And tonight's game, I do not see the Texans winning this any way, shape, or form. Their offense is bad. Their defense isn't very good either. And the Eagles have the best record in the NFL. That being said, this is the NFL this season. Anything can happen. I just don't see it happening. Chargers and the first place Atlanta Falcons. That is crazy. I still think the Chargers win. Coming off the bye week. What I saw when Seattle played them, yeesh. It wasn't the worst performance ever, but it was not good. They were supposed to be contenders at the beginning of the year. Now they're kind of faltering, but if they win this game, they could get back on track. And the Falcons, even if they lose, they're still first place in the division, I think. Depends on how the Buccaneers do. Dolphins and Bears now. The Bears have looked better the past couple weeks. They did lose to the Cowboys, but they did at least score, which is a sign of improvement. Seeing Justin Fields do better, that's a good thing to see. Both the teams made trades at the deadline. The Bears got Claypool. The Dolphins got Bradley Chubb. The Dolphins, I think they have a chance to go far. They are a good team. With Tua starting, they're a good team. All 3 of their losses came when Tua either didn't start or went out due to injury. So Dolphins win this one. Panthers and Bengals. Panthers, they're going to this one probably sad. They're not first in the NFC South because of DJ Moore throwing his helmet and Eddie Pinheiro missing those field goals. But Bengals, yeah. Panthers still aren't the best team. They kept on to DJ Moore at the deadline. They didn't trade him. But even though the Bengals looked terrible on Monday against the Browns, I still think they find a way to win this one. No Jamar Chase for the foreseeable future until late in the season. They're talented enough to win this game, though, despite all that. And we got 2 of the most... Lions, no shocker here. Worst record in the league. They're not the worst team, but the worst record. And the 4 loss in a row Packers. They have to, and I mean they have to end this year. If they don't, then I mean they are probably be contending for like a top 5 pick or something like that. They need to win this game. And here's the thing, it's not a guarantee. The Lions, even though they are 1-6 because they played good against Miami, at least in the first half, they could easily win this game. And the Packers, they just need to win this. They need it. I would like to see them keep losing because they just wanted, aside from that one year where they missed the playoffs and fired McCarthy, I've not really seen them struggle this much. And, yep, maybe paying all that money to Aaron Rodgers wasn't the right thing to do. Maybe he should have done what the Seahawks did, got rid of him. And this game's going to be boring, probably. Colts and Patriots. I'm going with Belichick and the Patriots. This game could be like 16-13 final score. Sam Ehlinger starting. They choked to the Commanders last week. I say the Patriots win. Another ugly game, and they're back to 500. As neither team looks impressive, though. Bills and Jets. Yep, looks like the Jets' Cinderella starts over. Loss of the Patriots. Zach Wilson did not look good at all. I say Josh Allen just goes for fury on the Jets' defense. The Bills should blow them out. It could be close, but Bills should win this easily. Jets, they are a lot worse than their record shows, but credit to them for being 5-3. Vikings and Commanders. I'm impressed with the Commanders. They've won 3 in a row. They're at 500 somehow. The Vikings, like a top 2 seed in the NFC right now? Yeah, they're 2 seed. So they win here. As Washington, they really don't lose. Hopefully Dan Snyder sells the team soon, so they have an actual decent person as an owner. Hopefully soon. But, yeah, credit to the players on the team, though, for saving their season. It looked dead in the water. But the Vikings, yeah, they keep on winning. Easy schedule, but, hey, you can only play who's on your schedule. And they're winning. The Raiders and Jaguars. The Raiders are really the team I'm most disappointed with this season. I thought they had a chance to win the AFC West, but they have just disappointed. Last week, I thought easy win against the Saints. They laid an egg. They didn't even get past midfield until the last drive of the game with Stidham at quarterback instead of Derek Carr. Despite all that, I still think they beat the Jaguars. They just need this. I think they still, if they lose this game, it's over. I don't think they made the playoffs. They lose this one. If they win this one, they can still make it. I don't know who their upcoming schedule is, but I do know they're definitely winnable. Jacksonville, they need to win too. They've lost 5 in a row. But whoever wins this gets a much-needed win. Whoever loses, I think it's the nail in the coffin. I just think the Raiders are too good of a team to lose this one, but I'm probably going to be proven wrong again. And here we go. The NFC Offensive Player of the Month, Geno Smith. The NFC Offensive Rookie of the Month, Kenneth Walker. In the NFC, or maybe just the overall Defensive Rookie of the Month. I think he's just overall Rookie of the Month and Defensive Player of the Month, or Rookie of the Month, whatever. And Tariq Woolen. Seahawks. I had no expectations for us this season, and we're at 5-3. I say we beat the Cardinals here. Not insanely confident about it because we beat them last time. Already playing them again in like a month. It was ugly, 19-9. There's a chance the Cardinals play that bad again, but they have DeAndre Hopkins back. But still, the Seahawks are playing their best stretch of football this season right now. They're beating the Giants last week. Wasn't pretty, but in the fourth quarter, it looked pretty good. Say we keep on winning. Got the Buccaneers in Germany next week. Speaking of that, we got who I probably thought would be the NFC Championship game. Looking way different are the Rams and Buccaneers. Buccaneers have lost, I think, 3 of their last 4. That one was against the Falcons with that horrible roughing the passer call. And the defending champs just looking out of shape. I'm going Tampa here because I think it's Cooper. I don't know if Cooper Kupp's out or not, but if Cooper Kupp is out, yeah, definitely. But just I'm not for long. I don't think Brady and the Bucks are going to be this horrible for long. They'll eventually get it together. They'll probably win the division and make the playoffs, and everyone will be angry because they're in a weak division. But I see it happening. If they lose, same story with the Raiders, it could be over. But in their division, unlike the Raiders, yeah, they could probably lose. They could probably make it with 9 losses, 8 losses. Losing record, they could maybe make the playoffs. And the Rams, I just shouldn't have traded all those picks. They're still talented, but they're getting older and older. Then we get to the Sunday night game, Chiefs and Titans. Titans have won 5 in a row, but they're going against the best quarterback in the league, one of the best tight ends, if not the best tight end in the league, Travis Kelce, Mahomes, Chiefs, even though they are pretty good record at 5-2, they are still better than their record. They should not have lost to the Colts, and the Bills game was close. They should be 6-1 right now. Just had that bad game. Yeah, I say the Chiefs should get a statement win here. If they blow out the Titans, yeah, but Tennessee could keep it close. Depends on it really doesn't matter if it's Tannehill or Willis. All that matters, if it's Tannehill, they have a better chance. But if it's Willis, the Chiefs almost guaranteed to win. He's just too. It's only a second game. He'll be better probably than Tannehill next year. Then on Monday night, the Ravens and Saints. The Saints saved their season with that methodical win over the Raiders, where they just smothered the Raiders. Now, still going with the Ravens. Ravens finally looked back to themselves when they beat the Buccaneers. They weren't perfect, but they were good enough to win. And the Saints, I just don't see it. Maybe if they feed Olave and Kamara, get it going in the running game, they could, maybe. This isn't a guaranteed Ravens win, but the Ravens just the better team. But if the Saints do win, good for them. Michael Thomas is out for the year. I think let's go Drake 55. All right. That's going to be the end of the video. And that being said, I think I'm going to do Kentucky's basketball schedule predictions coming out maybe this weekend, probably right before the opener on Monday against Howard. I was going to do a game preview that may or may not happen, but definitely going to be videos on Kentucky basketball season. I don't know if I'm going to do the college football predictions much longer, just because college basketball, I like it a lot more than college football, but the NFL is still, still great. So I'm definitely doing the NFL ones all the way to the Super Bowl, but college, we'll see. All right. See you in the next one.